Hey guys, Dan here for BladeReviews.com, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Zero Tolerance 0350. You may recall I previously did a review on the Zero Tolerance 0300 as well as a comparison video looking at the differences between the 0350 and the 0300. So I will probably be making reference to the 0300 at some point in this video, so if you're not familiar with that knife, you may want to consider taking a look at some of those other videos too. But this video is going to be about the 0350, so let's dive on in. I'd like to first offer you some quick specifications. This knife has an overall length of 7 5/8 inches. It's got a 3 1/4 inch long blade, and it's got a weight of 6.2 ounces. So this is essentially a shrunk down version of the 0300 without a frame lock, and I'll tell you, it's still every bit the knife that Ken Onion designed originally when he went about with his 0300. You can see it's just shares very similar appearance to that knife, and I'm just going to go through it though and kind of show you this one up close and personal. So to start us off here, let's take a look at the blade, which is a modified drop point. It's got a high flat grind, and it's got something of a swedge along the top, more for decoration than anything, I think. The tip on this knife is very stout, and you should be able to get some good work done with this, especially with that strong tip and the generous amount of belly. There's a slight recurve here too, which should aid in some of your cutting tasks. All in all, it's a very functional blade shape and kind of a unique one too, so I happen to like it a lot. Blade steel on this knife is S30V, a steel that really does not need much introduction at this point. It's just a fantastic all-around steel, very easy to sharpen, holds a good edge, and has good rust and corrosion resistance. Do I really need to say more about S30V? I think most people will agree that it's one of the best steels on the market today when we're talking about production folding knives, and I think in this case the steel has certainly lived up to its reputation. This knife has been given a black tungsten DLC coating. That's a diamond-like carbon coating, and it's a very tough coating, about as tough as it gets as far as blade coatings are considered. Sure, it will still show wear if you are going to say hard use this knife, and you know, all coatings show wear eventually, but compared to more conventional coatings, say something like a black Teflon coating, it's going to hold up a lot better. So I like the coating a lot, I like the blade shape, I like the steel, and I also happen to like the handle. The handle here is kind of a simple construction. You've got G10, black G10 over full stainless steel liners. Just like on the 0300, everything has been very well done here. You'll just notice how flush everything is, how beautifully everything lines up. Really is a real treat to handle this one. It's wonderful the way that they've contoured everything and finished everything. All the corners have been slightly rounded. The construction is screw type, so you can take the knife apart. You've got a large backspacer, which adds further to rigidity. The liners here have not been milled out. There's a hole or two, but I suspect that that's mostly for the speed safe assisted opening, unless to lighten up the knife. One perhaps point of constructive criticism might be to drill out these liners a bit and lighten the knife up, but I'll tell you, if you're looking for a stout, no-nonsense kind of knife, something that's going to take some abuse, this is a little tank here, and the full thick liners kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is a very, very stoutly built knife. Ergonomics are actually really good. I'm a big fan of the kind of shrunken down version of the 0300. It fits my hand very well. You've got a nice thumb ramp at the top here with very meaningful jimping, and if you throw the knife in reverse, you'll notice that there's actually more jimping back here as well. And in either grip, you've got a lot of good grip. Actually, it's very comfortable, and no slippage at all. So I do like that a lot. You can see here the flipper doubles as a finger guard, and you've got a nice choil region, so You really don't have to worry about slipping forward with this knife. The ergonomics are very well thought out, and I like the width of the handle. It does fill the hand and just makes it a pleasure to use. The pocket clip is the same clip that you'll find on the ZT-0300. It's actually the same clip that you'll find on the Kershaw Skyline. Like the 0300, it's a very stiff clip, but for a heavier knife like this, I think that's an excellent choice, because this way the knife will suspend in your pocket and stay wherever you stick it on the on the edge of your pocket there. So that's the benefits of having a nice stiff clip like this. And I really like the fact that this one has been tapped and drilled for 4 corners carry. So you've got tip up or tip down, right or left side. This is a real accomplishment in my mind, because Kershaw doesn't typically offer a lot of fully ambidextrous 4-corner style pocket clips, so very pleased with this one. Deployment is accomplished either via the thumb studs or the flipper. The flipper is my kind of preferred method of deployment here. As you can see, this is an assisted opening knife. It fires very hard and very fast, and you've also got the option here of using the thumb studs. However, I'll caution you that for the left hand side, you're really not going to be able to get at that thumb stud. It's mostly just a right hand only opening if you're going to use the thumb studs. But for me, I prefer the flipper anyways on this knife, being left-handed, so not a big deal. Although, you know, options are good, so it's nice to be able to choose between thumb studs and the flipper. Lockup is extremely solid here. You'll see that thick liner lock is really being put to use. You can see how early the lock engages and how much room there is for this knife to break in, and to me that's very important when I'm selecting kind of a heavy-duty knife like this. A strong lock and solid deployment, you know, those are just critical in my mind, and it really rounds out what I think is an absolutely excellent knife. Between the blade steel, the high quality coating, the great ergonomics, the pleasant size and heft to the knife, the 4 corners pocket clip, the speed safe assisted opening, you know, and the fact that they make this in America and that you can find it for around $100, I mean, really, this is a very impressive knife in my mind, and I absolutely love the ZT-0350. I think if you've got your eye on this one, you know, full steam ahead. In my humble opinion, this is just an outstanding knife, and it's really been a pleasure for me to carry and own this one. So I really can't recommend it enough. So guys, that's going to round out the review. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope that it was helpful and perhaps even somewhat entertaining. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions. Be happy to answer them. Again, guys, this is Dan for BladeReviews.com. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll be back soon with another knife review.